Hello and welcome to the August edition of Real Estate Insights. I'm your host, Wade Perry of the Perry Properties Group, where we are working with neighbors and creating community. This month, we're going to talk about how to renovate your home without over-improving it for your neighborhood. But before we get into the steps, we need to give a big shout out and a big thank you to our dear friend, Erin Berg, who suggested this topic just a little while ago. So if you see Erin out and about, make sure that you thank her also. All right, let's get into the steps. Number one, how long do you plan to live in your home? Is this a 1 to 3 year time frame, or is this a long-term thing like 10 or more years? Very, very important, and you'll see why in a moment. Number two, what would you like to change about your home? This is exactly when you should invite your full-time professional realtor over to your home and have a very candid discussion about your wish list. You see, a great realtor will have resources that they can share with you about which projects have a high return on investment and which ones, well, not so much. Now, if a project doesn't have a high ROI, that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. After all, we should love where we live. Most importantly, a great realtor will help you avoid making a serious mistake which would severely impact your resale value. Number four, what is the market support value for your home after it has been renovated? So I want you to think about that for a moment. It's a very, very big part of the equation. Your realtor will help you understand what your home might be worth after it's renovated by looking at the location within the subdivision, the size, the style, because after all, if your home is a tri-level and the market really favors a ranch style, you cannot expect the same value after you renovate as maybe the ranch that's completely finished. All right, more on that later. Number five, the difference between the market support value and your present value is a conservative budget for renovation. So for example, let's say that the highest priced home in your neighborhood has sold for $900,000 and your property value right now is around $700,000. Now, as long as your location and size are somewhat similar, that means you probably have about $200,000 that you could use as a budget, as long as you had the money, to renovate your home without overspending it. Does that make sense? Good. So another key point, the shorter the time frame that you plan to own your home, the less you can go over that support value. In fact, I tell you, probably don't go over it at all. The longer your home ownership time frame, 10 plus years, the more you can go over that support value, because over time, the market should reward you. I hope that's clear. If it's not, please write to me and I'll be happy to help you out. Now, with that said, Lori and I would love to help you with any and all of your renovation questions. We'd love to come to your house if you're thinking about a renovation and talk about your topics. Also, if you found this topic to be helpful, feel free to share it. Share it with your family, your friends, your colleagues. Maybe they'll get some value out of it as well. And if you have a topic that you would love to see covered in Real Estate Insights, send an email to wade@perrypropertiesgroup.com, easy for me to say, and we would be happy to put that in the lineup for future issues. So again, this is Wade Perry, your host, where we are working with neighbors and creating community. Oh, and by the way, it's a great life.